Hi everyone, Flaming Footy here and welcome back to this video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be continuing our AFL 2022 3-game match reviews. Now before we go ahead and get into this video, you guys may be wondering why was this uploaded yesterday or this morning or something like that. Well, that's because I have come down with COVID, tested positive and been feeling quite unwell. You may even be able to still hear it in my voice that I'm not feeling 100%. I am recovering, I am actually able to do some things now. And talking has become a lot better from where I was 24 hours ago, kind of that state as well. So that is good. I'm currently on the mend, so I'll be going ahead and doing all three of the match reviews, tipping, round previews, all that still going out as well. Just thought that I'd give you the heads up. Now today, we are reviewing GWS VS St Kilda, Bulldogs vs Adelaide, and Port Adelaide vs West Coast. Now there may be a few coughs in here as well. And again, just roll with it just because I'm still not feeling back to normal. But let's just go ahead, get right into things. So again, I may not bring my normal excited voice today, but again, I'm still not feeling the best. Giants St Kilda is what we had in store for us on the Friday night. And this one was quite the interesting battle. This one was really going to determine where these two teams were at. We had the Giants, who were going pretty poor, and the Saints, who were really strong. And this game was quite the cracker. The Saints were inaccurate, kicking 10-17, and the Giants 8-12 were also inaccurate. Again, managing another small score. They've scored 53, 54, and 60 in the last 3 weeks, so putting them on display hasn't been the greatest. While the Saints, I'm pretty sure it was 142 or 143, then 87, then 77, but they've been able to put on some more manufacturable, winnable scores. Having a look at the worm, you can see the Giants had control in the second and third term. Well, basically the second term only. The Saints had control of the first, the third, and the final term. The Giants, they had a goalless term in the third, which possibly sum up the game there. But other than that, it was quite an even contest. The Saints, they were good. They've been good. They've been great. And they get another deserving win here. And they are 5-1 all of a sudden. And they should make finals after this great start. If they continue the way they're going, definitely a spot in the 8 will be for them. And again, all you got to really do is pass that 12-win mark, and then you're in. So the Saints are already a pretty good way there. But yeah, it's a great contest to watch. Josh Kelly 30, suppose Jack Higgins 4 goals. What about this man? What about this man? He's probably been one of their best this year. 116 fantasy for Higgins, 9 tackles for Ward and Gresham and Tom Green. So getting in there, this was Toby Green's return as well. Have a look at some AFL fantasy. Cullen Ward, 113, still 110. You know he does it every week. 105 for Priest, 104 for Kelly, 103 for Battle, and then 97 for Gresham. Goals behind, 4 goals for Higgins, as I said, 2 for Ward, 2 for Flynn and Crouch, 1 goal, 7 for King. Hold up, 1 goal, 7. Wow, so he could have really made that 7 goals and the Saints could have really won. Okay, that was a stat that I didn't see coming. And then 29 touches for Still. And then 25 for Green and Sinclair. So now we go to kicks. Sorry, we don't even look at kicks, sorry. We go to marks. 10 for Haynes and Battle. Then we go to tackles. Again, 8 for Still. Hit-outs, we'll have a look at that. 47 for Bruce, 30 for Flynn, 16 for Marshall, 1 for Wood, 1 for Membry, and 1 for Battle. So that's how that one went. Have a look at some quick team stats. Again, we're not really going to run really through them. If this thing wants to load. Okay, just a few seconds later, this thing did actually decide to load. So here is what we have got. Not really going to, unless if there's any real drastic, like the hit-outs, like look at the hit-outs. That was a real drastic kind of change. But other than that, if there's a drastic change, I'll point it out. But other than that, I feel like this was quite the even battle. But again, I do feel like the Saints should have won this game. They most certainly did. And boy, are they in some good form right now. Now, I watched this game while I was sick, and boy, after this game, I felt like a whole different person. I was extremely happy after this contest. I was extremely happy with how the Crows went in this contest. So I do go for the Crows now. I do become a neutral person while doing these reviews, so it's obviously fair. So, the Crows win 8-15, 63 to 9-8, 62 for the Western Bulldogs. So, This one was really close. I had the Dogs tipped to win this by a long way. And, of course, the favourites were the Dogs. This was a win that really shouldn't have happened for the Crows. The Dogs, they just kept him in it the entire contest. And the Crows, they went back. They took plenty of intercept marks. That was a real game changer for them. The margin never exceeded over really 15 points, 13, 14 kind of range. Early, I think it was about 13. I think it was 13 a game high lead or something like that. It was about 13. So it wasn't like it was a massive, and that was early on as well. So it wasn't like it was a massive lead either. This contest was always close. It was a scrappy game. That's what the Crows wanted. They wanted a scrappy game. I heard that. And that's what they get, and they get the win as well. They get it over the line. Fantastic. First quarter was 50-50. The Crows, they dominated the first 20 minutes. The last 5, the Dogs brought themselves back into the contest, basically. The second term was the Crows, they kicked a goal. The Dogs kicked 2 behinds. It was a really boring second term. But the scrappiness did add the excitement. The third term was dominated by Adelaide. They really found their way back into this contest. But again, the Dogs, they still had their fair share. The Crows kicked 4 behinds. The Dogs kicked 1. And then 3 goals apiece. So again, it was really even. The final term, that was again another even contest. So this was really even over all 4 terms. Could have gone either way. And the Crows win it by 1 point. Walker was the hero with the goal. And he gets his 500 in this game as well. 501 now with his 3 goals. Ben Keys, 33 disposals. Same with Tom Liberatore. Josh Dunkley, 138 fantasy. 11 tackles for Laird. Going to have a look at player stats. We'll start with hitouts. O'Brien, 49. 22 for Martin. 6 for Cordy. 2 for Walker. 1 for Norton and Himmelberg. AFL Fantasy, 127 for Liberatore, 126 for Dale, 121 for O'Brien, 110 for Laird, 102 for Keys, 98 for Frampton. He was fantastic. He'd set marker. 2 goals for Norton, Shaki, Trelaw, McAdam. Sorry. Was that on goals? Yes, it was on goals. And then we got disposals, 32 for Dale, 30 for Laird, 29 for Smith, 28 for Dunkley, 26 for McRae. Those numbers quite often. 26 for Frampton. He was a real improver in this contest as well. Marks, we had, let's go all the way back up to the top, 9 for O'Brien and Frampton. Frampton played a game of his life, really. 11, and then we have tackles, 11 for Laird, 10 for Liberatore and Dunkley. And then hitouts, as I said a little bit earlier. So, we'll have a look at some team stats. See if there's anything drastic as well. Inside 50s were dominated by Adelaide. We went in more than the Western Bulldogs. Free kicks, though, look at that, 24-10. And the Crows still pulled off the win. So that again, that's a pretty drastic stat. Hitouts dominated in favour of Adelaide. But yeah. And this contest was really interesting. Really interesting contest. But the Crows just a better team in the end. And they've managed to pull off some really good wins this year, the Crows. The future could be exciting for them. Definitely, they've got a great list, and that is a big win. Massive upset. And now to the Adelaide Oval we go for the Power. 18-9, 117 to West Coast 4-9-33. The Power get back to their best at a nice time slot game, the Adelaide Oval. The Power, they got right back to their best. They get their first win of the year after what was a fantastic performance, which literally they just smashed. The Eagles, they just smashed them. The Eagles, they were given no chance in this contest. A few people thought the Eagles could win. The Power were the favourites, and well, look what they've done. They've played okay over the past few weeks, keeping Melbourne to a low score, almost coming back against Carlton, and this was the performance that changed everyone's mind on the Power. Can they still do something magical this year? Definitely. This performance summed it up. That they've still got a good list going and everything like that. Any rumours in the past first 5 rounds are now gone. The Power, they've got their first win on the board, and they can really do stuff with that. See the Worm, even first quarter, and then the Power from 3 quarters just went on to win. And West Coast, they were 1-8 at 3-quarter time. They are not in a good stage right now, the Eagles. So, yeah. 5 goals for Finlayson and Marshall. That just sums up the game right there. You could probably already tell that the Power will win just with those stats. 34 disposals for Boak and Witherden. 137 fantasy for Marshall. 10 tackles for Willem Drew. Have a look at some player stats. Yeah, it's 47 for Hayes, 17 for Williams, 9 for... Oh, I've got no idea how to pronounce the name. Strinadakia. I'm just going to guess that. 4 for Marshall, 2 for Finlayson, 2 for Brass, 1 for Power Pepper. AFL Fantasy, 134 for Houston, 119 for Rosie, 118 for Boak, 117 for... 118 for Wines, 117 for Boak, 117 for Witherden, 116 for Finlayson, 113 for Kelly, 111 for the Power Pepper, 110 for Drew, 108 for Hearn, 97 for Amon. There was plenty of players that got over 100, and still 97 for Amon. From Finlayson and Marshall, that's it. No one else got high goals in any team. Disposals are 33 for Wines and Houston, 31 for Rosie. Kelly, again, some great numbers there. Marks, 11 for Marshall, 10 for Hearn, 9 for Power Pepper. Tackles, 10 for Drew, 8 for Power Pepper, 8 for Shuey. We'll have a look at some team stats and then we'll probably just about wrap it up. Again, disposals, kicks, handballs, inside 50s, dominated in favour of the Power. Dominated. Clearances, hit-outs, everything like that, dominated in the Power's favour as well. Except stoppage clearances. Brilliant win for the Power, however, and they get their first win of the year. They needed that, and the Eagles, they are not in a great place right now. So that's how these first 3 games are gone. I cannot reveal the ladder, as that will show a little bit too much for next round. Next match previews. But we had 3 absolute crackers of a game. 3 games that really told us a lot about their season. So that's going to wrap it up. Alright. So I will be doing match reviews and all that. Everything will still be going ahead as normal. Alright. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you guys know on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. This is Bye everyone. Flaming Footy out.